Hey guys, it's your favorite sleep deprived philosopher. No, I'm just joking about that second part. The first part, I don't know, maybe that's more true. But yeah, first of all, happy International Women's Day to all my woman subscribers. I actually had another video set to go out um today about that, but I scrapped it because I felt it was too similar to other videos that I had already made, and I actually wanted to talk about a story today about the girl who was my only friend, basically in the latter half of elementary school, fifth grade. Um, Now, as I've said before on this channel, I wasn't necessarily outright um treated unwell in school in but I was still excluded, and the relationships that I formed with people were still very superficial. People kind of just knew me as the smart kid in a wheelchair or something like that, which is positive, but I didn't really have that many good friends from my classes. There were maybe one or two, and I want to talk today about one of those particular people. Her name was Lillian, and she also was a girl who didn't have that many friends. She was excluded from stuff, and kids did that honestly because she was tall, lanky, pale, and at least to them, weird. Um, and obviously, usually when you have two weird kids, two misfits, two outcasts, whatever, you know, they're gonna find each other. They're gonna, become friends. And to be honest, this was 15 years ago, so I don't remember exactly what it was that, um, like the exact event that caused us to become friends, but it was just that sort of common experience that helped us bond. Um, and so yeah, we started hanging out more and more. Uh, and every day at recess, we would go into this little play area with my school was especially built for both special education and gifted kids. The elementary school that I went to, that I was bused to in Florida, that I was talking about in other videos. But yeah, this area had like a sandbox. It had like accessible swings. Um and our sort of um tradition during recess, at that time I was 10 or 11 years old, was to go into that area and just play around and just talk and just be friends with each other. And usually in recess, before that point, I would kind of just hang out by myself near these little, it was an area with a little hard plastic and metal stool, and then there was like a one of those Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a big tic tac toe board where like you could flip the things, and on one side was um circles, and then on the other side were X's or crosses. Um, PlayStation MFs are about to get mad that I just called the X a cross. No, I'm just joking. Um, uh, but but yeah, I would just kind of sit there, and then sometimes a kid would come up to me and say hi, ask me about my day for like 5 minutes, and they would go running away to play with the able-bodied kids. It was never more than maybe 2 or 3 minutes that they stayed. Honestly, um, very rarely would they stay the entirety of recess with me. But Lillian was different. Lillian really, really, really um liked me. She stayed with me. She talked with me, and I have to be honest, guys. We were both going through a lot. I think, although I'm not exactly sure because I haven't talked with her. Like, I haven't seen her in 15 years, despite trying to look for her online and stuff like that. But we were both going through a lot at home. And unfortunately, and it pains me to say this, and I regret it still to this day, I was mean to her sometimes. Um, I sometimes was not the most understanding or the nicest kid, even though, she gave me something that none of the other kids really did, which was deep friendship, and she actually cared about me. Um, and my mom, when she met her, she's like, that girl really likes you, and you're gonna regret it when she gets older and becomes pretty and stuff like that. But even back then, I was like, what? I don't care if she's pretty or not. What I care about is like that we're friends and we support each other, and like, you know, um but I understand her point. Like, I was losing out on a good thing. I wasn't helping my case with her. Although I don't really ever think she had a crush on me. Although I don't, like I said, I don't know, but I just never got those vibes. Maybe I was clueless. I don't know, but like, and I also, as I talked about here before, she let me borrow Pokemon Fire Red on Game Boy Advance, and I lost it, and I gaslit her. I have a video about that. I'll leave that in the description about it. And I also regret that after 15 years. The guilt is still with me, but her friendship still remains in my heart, and I will never forget the way we bonded and the way uh she gave me hope in a sense. She gave me hope that I could have friends later on, good friends in middle school and stuff like that, and I did. It was still through like a sort of forced situation, through helpers that were upper class, eighth graders, but I still did end up achieving that, and she was a big part of the reason why I never lost hope. And she was basically my one of my only real friends in that particular point in elementary school, my last year. And she always proved to me that she was genuine about the way she cared for me. And in case you're wondering, yes, I have tried looking for her over the years, but um I've never found her. Like, I've never found any social. It's because I forgot her last name. I don't know her last name. I only know her first name, and it's a relatively popular girl's name. But regardless, the point is that, like, she was my only friend, and I know that I haven't had the best relationships with women as a group. I've also been honest about that on this channel, but I do have to say that Lillian is not the only example of a woman, sacrificing, or not necessarily even sacrificing, just being a good person to me when others wouldn't. My therapists at that school were all women. They fought for me really hard. They fought for me to be taken seriously. My mothers, my aunts, or at least some of my aunts and stuff like that. Just I would not be where I am today without the help of women and girls. I just wouldn't. Um, and while that doesn't mean they're perfect, you all know that. I've been honest about that on this channel as well. Like, I do think they deserve recognition for stepping up in the lives of so many disabled people, both men and women. Um, and yeah, I will always be grateful to Lillian and other women and girls because of that. Thank you very much. Bye.